So D23 Expo is finally here, and we have amazing new details revealed for the massive multi-year transformational changes coming to Epcot. So let's dive into all of that up next.
This video is sponsored by Mickey Travels, a platinum level authorized Disney vacation planner which can take the hassle out of all of your vacation planning. So visit the link in the description box to get your free quote today.
Hi there Waltoniers, I'm Jack and this is of course DSNY Newscast, and very quickly we're going to be covering D23 Expo extensively on this channel this weekend. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe down below and hit that notification icon so therefore you always receive an update, as we're going to have a lot to cover. But anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get straight into it. As very late on Thursday night at the Disney Parks Pavilion at D23 Expo's Media Day, Disney revealed loads of new concept art and announcements for the future of Epcot. With the first being the new, or well, should I say old, Epcot logo that is featured in the thumbnail for this video, as we'll be seeing a return of this original Epcot logo that was created in the 1970s for the development and construction of Epcot, and then the iconic Epcot 5-ring logo was later added. So with Disney returning to the classic streamlined logo over the current version that debuted in the 1990s, we'll also definitely see a return of the iconic 5-ring design around Epcot as well. But now let's move on to the main event, and that is this stunning piece of new concept art that elicits the original Herb Ryman concept art for Epcot. However, this artwork is mainly focusing on the future world overhaul and revamp that is set to begin with the closures of Innoventions West and the Fountain of Nations on September 7th. And as we've stated for a long time here on DSNY Newscast, we can now see that Innoventions West is indeed set to be demolished to make way for this beautiful neo-futuristic layout of what is currently known as Future World. And despite it not being officially stated by Disney in any of the press releases, I would expect that there might be a new name given to this west side of Future World, as clearly the new focus is more on the connection between human beings and their surroundings than that of technological advancements. Although I would expect that the Future World name might remain for the east side, as despite Innoventions East getting a drastic renovation and facelift, it will still act as a thematic and literal divider between the then west and east side, as Test Track, Mission Space, the Interactive Play Pavilion, and of course the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster would all still fit within the Future World name if Disney decides to retain it. Now the big new addition to this area is the announcement of a walk-through attraction called Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, which, as we've previously reported, this will indeed include complex and innovative dancing and interactive water features that will engage guests with the same magical connection that Moana has with the ocean from the movie. And if we zoom in to the overview artwork, we can even see that its positioning will be just in front of the Seas Pavilion, as this will act as a perfect complement to that area, as guests will make their way to the Seas Pavilion by either walking adjacent or through the Journey of Water. Then as we move up through this transformed area, we can see this incredible looking multi-level circular building, which actually showed up in the previous Blue Sky concept art from D23 Expo in 2017. But with this brand new neo-futuristic circular building with a rooftop garden, it elicits the same aesthetic as that of the Garden City architecture of Singapore. And thanks to Attractions Magazine, we also have these images and video of the promo from the show floor, which we can see that this will be an absolutely massive structure with multiple exposed levels, and it seems that it will also be below the normal ground level as well. As you can see, the colourful walkway around the outside has what seems to be steps connecting the various levels. So considering the size of this structure, I'm guessing that this is going to be a new hive of activity combined with a dining and bar experience, and also being home to the new festival centre. But scattered around this area will also have these lily pad architectural canopies that seem to offer plenty of covered walkway space in the unrelenting Florida sun, along with numerous water features and interactive LED trees. But the last thing to note about this structure's rooftop garden is that it will most likely become a prime viewing spot for the new Epcot Nighttime Spectaculars. And whilst we're talking about these new Spectaculars, we can also see the new permanent replacement to Illuminations that is set to debut in 2020, which is said to represent the nations of the world through music and also the use of projection screens, elaborate water features, and most importantly, incredible fireworks. And then we come to the Imagination Pavilion's glass pyramids, which we can see is still glistening in the concept art alongside the land and seas pavilions. But the very fact that the new layout of this west section has really opened up access to the Imagination Pavilion is an extremely promising sign of things to come, as we should be hearing an awful lot more regarding Figment, Journey into Imagination and the Imagination Pavilion very soon. And elsewhere within the concept art we can also see some artistic flourishes, like this spire over at the side of Mission Space, which is most likely an imaginative way of representing the space elevator that will take you up to the space restaurant that should be opening later this year, adjacent to Mission Space. And then also within the concept art, a lot of the countries around World Showcase have been embellished, but also a lot has been purposely obscured. As within the Expo Show Pavilion, there are attraction and pavilion posters that illustrate the diverse offerings of Epcot. But conspicuously, there are two posters that will be revealed on Sunday after the park's presentation. Now, an easy prediction for one of these is going to be the addition of the Brazil Pavilion, which has been rumoured for a long time to be coming to World Showcase, that should sit between Germany and Italy. However, it's this extra attraction or pavilion poster next to France that is definitely the most curious, with my guess being that it could be something relating to the United Kingdom and a possible new attraction. And in addition to all of this, there was also a model that showcases the Epcot transformational changes that we previously mentioned would probably feature as part of the Expo Pavilion. However, this isn't a literal model, but instead it's more of an artistic interpretation that shows some of the layout and also the icons of these new pavilions and attractions. But it must be noted that it's in an exaggerated form, as we can see here with the new Ratatouille area and also the France Pavilion. And lastly, we have the concept art for the brand new Epcot Experience Centre that is going to debut at the Odyssey Pavilion on October 1st. As with the Epcot Experience Centre, Walt Disney Imagineering will present a permanent interactive look at the multi-year transformational changes that are coming to Epcot. And within this area, we're most likely going to receive a painted version of the Artful Interpretation model found at D23 Expo here, as we can see that there is definitely a model within the centre of this concept art. And then around the sort of Circle Vision 360, it will showcase living concept art of the new additions and changes coming to Epcot over the next 3 to 4 years. But rest assured, we'll be covering it all here on DSNY Newscast as Epcot makes its transformational changes into the future. But now, it's over to you, Waltoniers. I would like to know, first of all, what are your thoughts about all of this regarding Epcot for today? And also, what are you most excited for out of this revitalisation and transformational changes coming to Epcot? And of course, don't forget to put the timestamp for where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video, along with your suggestion or your comment, to be in with a chance to win one of these official Waltonier DSNY Newscast enamel pins. And congratulations to this Waltonier here for winning this suggestion from a previous video where we were talking all about the secret project that Disney were going to be announcing, which turned out to be the Disney Plus series called One Day at Disney. And so that's where I'd usually say that that's it for today, but you know what, we're going to be covering so much more with new videos coming out today, tomorrow and the rest of the weekend, so be sure to subscribe down below, hit that notification icon so that you always receive an update, and if you're enjoying this coverage, give this video a massive thumbs up as it really does help this channel out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.